Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dave.
And I'm Paul.
And we're glad you took the time to be here today. You're going to hear a lot of exciting things about cinematography. But I'll tell you what, in addition, you're going to get a sense of how we're going to conclude this really exciting thing about Drone U and our whole drone community coming up tomorrow. So stay with us today. And no matter what, you can't miss tomorrow. Now, on the first video, we talked about the legal aspects and some of the FAA implications, and frankly, just some of the best practices you need to adhere to in order not to get yourself into trouble with regulatory authorities and with the people that you're flying near. On the second video, we spent a lot of time talking about flying, the actual skill sets necessary to become a really competent, confident pilot. Today, we're going to talk about videography and cinematography.
And there are really, there's a real difference between that, Dave. And, for me, the difference between videography and cinematography is really the difference between selling professional footage and not. But for others, the difference between videography and cinematography comes in what can you get for your footage. And just as simple videography, these straight shots and whatnot, yeah, that's good, that's great, whatever. You're going to get a few $100 for your footage, that's cool. But that's not going to give you the competitive advantage, Dave.
Well, Paul, to that point, we're going to show you a couple examples right now. The first will be just sort of so-so. And the second, wait till you see it, you'll be blown away. Folks, did you see that shot through the split rail fence? Can you believe that? Imagine the kind of skills and confidence it takes to see that and make that kind of shot happen. But you know what? Look at that. It changed everything. Everybody who looks at that, Paul, goes, wow, how could you possibly, first of all, have the confidence, and secondly, the skill to do that? And you know what, folks? That's where we're going to take you as part of our Drone U community.
And we have taken others there before too. In fact, some of the shots you may have seen just recently on the Masters, well, that was one of our students.
Imagine, can you even imagine this? Being able to have such great results that something as big, a significant event as the Masters wants you to fly for them? You know, there's a lot of people, Paul, a lot of people who are flying drones, but there's not very many that are flying at that really elite level. How are we going to get you there? That's part of what the drone community does. That's what we deliver. These pilots that have already been a part of our group, they're people able to deliver on that level of skill set. You want to go there? You got to stay with us just today and the rest of tomorrow. You will be blown away. That's the easiest way for me to say that. Now, Paul, they saw some phenomenal footage a minute ago. They saw some ordinary footage a minute ago. I'm now challenging each of you to start watching all the drone footage you're seeing. News, YouTube clips, stuff that's on Facebook. Look with a very critical eye, and you're going to develop the skill to see the difference between kind of so-so and really exceptional.
You know, and I would even say this, there are a lot of guys who are even making drone footage now on a commercial, and when I mean commercial, I mean like literally commercials on the TV, grade footage, but even those guys are dropping off like flies. Because why? Because there's someone right behind them who can do it better. Perfect example, Carnival Cruise Line commercial, shot coming up to the boat and it clips the entire way to the boat. They don't understand the frame rate that you need in order to make that shoot look flawless, fluid, and smooth.
You know, there is a big difference between being sort of okay and being exceptional. And yet it's not really a huge difference. It's the difference that comes with confidence, the difference that comes with the kind of critiques that our community is developing, the kind of skill sets that we're teaching. We can take you there. If you're not willing to take that next step, it's your choice. But you know what? then you're going to miss out. This world is not going to wait around for you to develop these skills on your own. You're going to need some help to get you there. And that's what the Drone U community is all about. Folks, we keep talking about this drone community that we've formed and that we want you to consider becoming part of. Well, you know, Paul, there's a lot of Facebook posts and other things out there, but what are the big problems of most of those as far as drones?
Well, you know, the big difference that I see, Dave, between our community and the other communities that are out there, even when people are posting in Facebook groups, you have some people who really take it personal and they really, you know, criticize someone and they do it in kind of a personal, mean way. And you have those kind of maverick mentalities out there. And frankly, that's not going to help you grow. It's just going to make you defensive. But what will help you grow is our community. Why is that? Because you have a group of people who are actually focused on the commercial aspect of it. They're actually trying to be constructive. They may criticize, but it's constructive criticism, like, oh, maybe you could have tried this, or you could have tried that. And chances are that you probably did think about that. It's just that reinforcement that you need to know this is what I'll do next time, and it will be perfect.
Now, how do we deliver on that? It's really not that hard. Drone U is a membership community. You have to join this community. It's not just open to anybody and their brother that can post on Facebook. If you are a member of our community, you're in because you're serious. That's Drone U Live. That's what we do. That's our community. It's this membership of serious pilots, people who want to take their skills from here to a much higher plane. People who want to learn ideas about how to be great business people, great cinematographers, great pilots, learning what new innovations are out there. There are so many aspects within this community that I can't even hardly begin to detail all of them, although we're going to get a good stab at that tomorrow. You don't want to miss tomorrow's video because you're going to hear the full breadth of all that's involved in our incredible membership community. And Paul, something else. They're going to hear an offer tomorrow that will blow their socks off.
Actually, when I heard it, I couldn't even believe that they were getting this opportunity.
So we're going to have a special window of opportunity for those of you that choose to become members of our drone community. You're going to have a very tight window of time in which you can access a really, really incredible opportunity. I happen to be sitting next to that opportunity, just as a hint. But anyway, that's more for tomorrow. Let's talk more about cinematography, Paul, because video is really an important deliverable. I mean, right now, what are some of the industries that are opening up for drones as far as video is concerned?
Let me ask you this question, Dave. What industries have you heard of that are not open to drones?
Yeah. I guess you've answered it in the right way. I mean,
No, but seriously.
We've already looking at hundreds of industries. Everybody's thinking about real estate, and yes, real estate is one of those low-hanging fruit opportunities that's out there. But once you clear real estate, there are more and more and more things that you can cover.
In our most recent Denver training, we actually went over all of the industries that you can access with your GoPro. And from what I remember, Dave, it was about 24 industries that you have direct access to with your lowest class drone, your Phantom, with a Zenmuse gimbal and a GoPro. And even if you're flying like things like the Solo or you're flying an Iris Plus, you still have a lot of opportunities. Like, perfect example. Did you know that you can do an industrial inspection with your GoPro? I'm talking about telecommunications, and it's as simple as this. A telecommunications provider just wants a guarantee that the production company actually installed the equipment on the tower that they paid for. So all they want are your photos, and they're willing to pay you a few $100 per hour to go get them.
Now, speaking of being paid, I mean, Paul, you're doing a job in the next few days where a local engineering company hires you to go down and survey a high school campus that they recently completed. I mean, what's that worth to you?
What is that worth to me in dollars?
Yeah.
About $3,000.
And how long do you think you're going to spend on site actually flying?
Probably 3 or 4 hours.
Not a bad day rate, if you ask me. Those are the kinds of opportunities that exist right now that people are seizing right now if they have the right level of skills. Now, to that end, this is not the first work you're going to do for this firm.
No.
How did you get started with them?
I actually just, I literally got the guy's card from my girlfriend. He said, hey, I met him at a networking event. He's very impressionable, loves technology, and I heard that loves technology, and I called him and I said, hey, have you ever heard of drones and what they can do for mapping and, even for volumetric measuring and everything? He's like, oh yeah, I've heard, but I've never seen. And I said, well, what about this? Let's schedule a meeting. I'll show you what I can do, and then we'll go outside and I will show you what I can do. And that demonstration really, it took it to a next level. And now I've got about 4 jobs scheduled with them this summer, and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
What we just talked about that Paul's going to be doing now, that's not a first-time effort. I mean, it took a while working with these people to get them to see that he has the actual cinematography skills necessary to deliver the end product that they're going to be after. And frankly, folks, it's the old expression, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. If the first time that they had seen your video, it looked kind of, there probably wouldn't have been a second discussion.
No, there wouldn't have. But you know, Dave, in this shoot that I have to do, we're talking about really hard shots. So, for example, imagine a building with a bridge underneath, and then under that bridge, then there's a slow hill. So I have to fly over the fence, under the bridge, up the hill to reveal a clock during sunset.
Now, you want to know something, folks? If you want to see that, just get involved with the Drone U community, and you'll be able to see that video after it's all done and learn from it.
So that shot may sound difficult to you, but it's taken me about 1.5 years to 2 years to get to that point. But that being said, that means you can do it, because if I can do it, you can do it. Why is that? Because it just took a lot of time, a long learning curve, and also a lot of practice. So guys, you've heard us talk a lot about the community, and some of you are probably even wondering, what is this community? Well, we offer so much more than just the community. We're not like the other guys. Yeah, we have classes, yeah, we have courses, and even in-person flight training. But we don't just sell you courses. Rather, we provide an opportunity, and we provide all of these courses inside of our community. So simply by joining the community, you have access to every class that we offer. And frankly, Dave, I have to say, even beyond the classes, there's so much more than this, because even the community members have inspired and motivated me so many times to just continually do better, try new things, and really expand my horizons even more. So guys, in the last few videos, we talked first about why the FAA may or may not come after you. In the second video, we talked about the nuances, the things that you need to be able to fly and get smooth, stable footage. And in this last video, we've talked about the difference between videography and professional footage that you can sell.
Paul, thanks. Tomorrow is the culmination of this series. You must block the time to be with us tomorrow. There's some exceptional information and frankly, one-time information that you can't afford to miss. We're going to really spend time talking about the business aspects of taking yourself from a hobbyist to somebody who is really a commercial drone pilot that can open a whole new career of opportunities for you. And we're also going to join that with a discussion about exactly what is this Drone U community, its classes, its membership, the countless benefits that it could accrue to you by becoming a member. We're going to have some really exceptional offers in a very short, tight window of time. So you cannot miss being with us tomorrow. See you then.